Southern Vangard Radio, this is DJ John Doe, and right in front of me on that little tiny screen there is my man. Cappuccino me.
A year older, a year wiser. What's going on?
You old fucker, what's going on?
Thank you so much. The love is in the room. I'm good.
The love is real.
Hell yeah.
How are you, dude? Man.
Oh, everything's good, man.
It was great to see you. I saw you last week. Me and Pocket came out.
First time in almost 8 months.
Yeah,
right?
Me and Pocket came out and sat on your porch and socially distanced, eating nachos and wings and drinking beer and bourbon and all that shit.
Good times.
How was your week, man? The end of your week was incredible, according to your social media feed.
Oh yeah. I had a good time, man. I don't put a whole lot on it, as the years go by, but I try to make them special for me.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So it was good, and real quick, I really appreciate y'all coming out, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that shit was dope. So
yeah, man, that was a good time.
We got to do that again.
Yes, we do. I need to hit Sam's Club for one of those patio heaters, man. I still hadn't done that yet, but
that was the topic of the night.
We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
How's everything else going, man? Your week start off okay? We're recording on a Monday night tonight.
Cool.
Yeah.
Monday was a real Monday today.
Yeah. Yeah. You had
typical.
You had Sunday jitters on Sunday?
Nah, I had Sunday jitters. The day after y'all left.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I was counting down like, man, here we go with this bullshit.
I know, right? I know, man.
Homie,
right.
You at the beach?
Am I at the beach? No.
Do you hear?
I don't think. No. What do I hear?
Oh, you know what? It might be.
It might be Rhett.
Okay, that's our guess.
I thought we'll put the little.
I'm trying not to give it away, but I hear waves crashing. This shit is. I'm kind of jealous right now.
Well, Cali.
There you go.
It's all right. We can fix it on the back end. I got some little tools.
Oh, yeah.
I got little tools for shit like that.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me, man.
No, it is not you. It's actually kind of soothing.
It is.
So yeah, shit.
Jealous as hell, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. Well, happy birthday again, Meeks.
Appreciate it, bro.
Glad to see you make another one, man.
Me too. Me too.
Next year, hopefully, we'll be in a little bit of a better place, and we can do something for the.
We talked about some things. I like to see that happen as well. So
yeah, man.
What's going on with you? Everything good over there?
Yeah, everything's fine. Back to work today, and family stuff, and all that craziness. So it's cool.
All right,
it's fine.
But
most importantly, we're back on that twice a week shit this week.
Oh, and, absolutely.
We can get past all the chit chat and get down to business. This is the first time you're listening. This is Southern Vangard Radio. Welcome. We drop twice a week on Tuesdays. It's a mix show. All the latest and greatest hip hop cut up and sliced up like it should be. Me and my homie here, Meeks, just talking. If you can't tell, just talking just the most awfulest shit you've ever heard. Usually drinking something good too. And then on Thursdays we have an interview session with an MC or DJ or a photographer or artist, someone that we whose craft we respect in this culture that we love so much. So please follow on all the platforms: Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcast, YouTube, and Meeks. We have some affiliates as well that help us spread the word across the world.
Yes, we got atlhiphop.com. I am classicrawradio.net. Return to the BoomBap, WRBB. X Squad Radio and X Squad affiliates, all those in Atlanta, and then we venture out to the West Coast with Soul Public Radio out in Cali.
Yeah. And speaking of Cali and the beaches.
Yeah, man.
Man, so I'm super excited about having this gentleman on the phone. We kind of I guess we kind of let the cat out of the bag, a little earlier because
that's my fault. I just, I just wanted to make sure we wouldn't have no technical difficulties. But apparently, hey man, sometimes we talk to people that got you know, an ocean in their backyard.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And so, like, literally, yard. Like, I'm waiting on him to tell me that. He ain't even got to tell me. If he could just switch the view of his camera so I could see.
He's on his deck
low
right
tide
now.
Coming in.
Right.
He's chilling. He's chilling right now.
Yeah, man. Oh gosh. All right. Well, all jokes aside, you know, this brother right here, I've been a fan of for a very long time. I mean, if you guys had seen and heard what I did before we started this interview, I pulled out a VHS copy of Turntable Wizardry 2. I mean, I watched this tape, and there was a DMC tape, U.S. I think East Coast DMC, or was it DMC? Maybe U.S. that Babu was. It was Babu and Swamp and Melody. Anyway, man, the crew that this guy's a part of is probably my favorite DJ crew on the planet Earth for a number of reasons. I won't get into all the specifics in particular. It's a real honor to have this gentleman with us tonight.
No doubt.
All the way from L.A., California, DJ RHETTMATIC.
DJ RHETTMATIC in the house.
So, fellas, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
First of all, happy birthday.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Second of all, the check's in the mail, John.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
That's all real, Rhett. For real. I'm not bullshitting you, man. I've been a big fan for many years. So.
Thank you, man.
My thing was, I thought it was a DVD case. You went straight VHS cassette.
Yeah, nah,
right.
Bro.
And it looked like it was on your favorite part of the tape too, huh?
Yeah, right in the middle. I did not rewind it. I'm looking at this thing right now, man. It's got, first off, it's got an up above hologram on the front of the case.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, see, look at that joint, Rhett. Can you
no
see it?
doubt.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's see. This was I don't want to read this address off. That could be somebody's crib still. But
no, it was our old office.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah. Carson.
KEY-KOOL did the artwork. Oh man, it's good times, man. Anyway,
definitely.
So Rhett, man, let's just get into it. New Visionaries music is out. Albums on the way. Like, let's just kick it off with the new stuff, and maybe we can get into a little history too if we have time.
Yeah, please do.
So talk to us, man. Talk to us about what's been going on with the crew.
Well, so Visionaries, it's been like 13 years since we put out a new album. We never broken up. We've done shows together, but never actually recorded, follow up to our last album, which came out in 2006. So, and that was We Are the Ones. Just basically, cats, had things to do, life or whatever, or just for me personally, kind of like just kind of like step away a little bit, more kind of like just sometimes when in your group, sometimes you just need to take a break or something like that. And it's kind of like more focused being as a DJ and a producer and stuff like that. And it just even as an individual, just literally had a life,
Sure.
But we've never broken up. We've done, through all those years, we've done shows. A lot of our core fans ask us for, to do, make another album. But everyone's been doing their, they've done their solo joints or whatnot. LMNO, ironically, just dropped. That guy's like a recording machine. Just dropped a new album last Tuesday with that's only on his Bandcamp page, and it's an album with Madlib.
Yeah, 1020, right? 1020. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he made that album a long time ago and shit like that. So he decided to just kind of put it out. So I think it's only up on his Bandcamp page for like a limited time. And it's
okay.
Out.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's dope though, because it's like you can, like, it's new to people, but he has like Oh No on there, Montage One. I forgot who else is on there. It's like, I want to say there's like 23 cuts on there.
Yeah, it's a lot of joints. Yeah, it's a lot of joints.
Yeah, but and from what I understand, it was originally supposed to be put through Madlib's label before the transition. I get, because it was right before, I guess, he left Stone Store or something like that.
Okay.
And because he wanted, like, Madlib wanted to do a lot of things, but obviously, you know, Madlib's Madlib.
Right.
No doubt.
Things happen.
Yeah, so
There's always that.
yeah. Well, but that guy's prolific, though. I mean, that guy.
Absolutely.
I can vouch for you. That guy. When I met Madlib and Ono and the whole AO5 crew and stuff, like Madlib and his brother Ono would literally make 30 beats a day.
Yeah.
That's no joke. They make albums. Like I'm seriously, they made albums that they just made it for themselves, because the Quasimodo album literally was just not really, was really to be, originally to be put out. It was just for him just to listen to him, really, because he hates his voice and shit.
Yeah.
And Peanut Butter Wolf just liked it, and it just kind of blew up. But,
it is.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so for as Visionaries, so finally, like about a couple of years, I'd say 2-3 years ago, we decided it's like, if we're gonna make an album, we gotta, like, as any group that's haven't really been in the studio in a while. I mean, we perform, it's like nothing, but
sure,
to actually record and stuff, and be on the same page, because everybody's a different taste, everybody whatnot. They would ask me, make me a visionary beat. I was like, I don't even know what the visionary beat is.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
We just said, well, let's first, like, literally, let's hang out. Like any group or any group of friends, you still have, we still have issues and whatnot, like family members. But we wanted to come back, like, let's just be friends first. Like, let's really hang out before we start recording.
Right.
Make it more organic and natural.
For sure.
It was the same thing I learned too from my bro Eric Bobo from Cypress Hill. Yeah, we have a group called Cypress Junkies. Same thing. They've been touring. Cypress Hill is a touring band, but they've never, they haven't recorded in like a long time. Obviously, their last album was Elephants and Acid with Muggs. Right. And they haven't recorded Muggs in a long time. So Bobo told me that the same thing too. Before they can record, they kind of have to, like, hang out. And,
Sure. Yeah, catch up. Yeah.
Catch a vibe and just kind of like get shit out of the way and stuff like that, So
for sure,
especially as grown men. But and usually when a Visionaries album, it's usually KEY-KOOL and myself are the main producers, and then of course we probably have like J Rock or Bad Blue. Right. Eventually we have other producers too. We had Oh No, we had a Dilla beat, we had a Madlib beat on the last album, Kev Brown stuff. So but on this particular joint, I said, I was like, I don't want to go in the studio, I wasn't ready yet and then to a point where I just, like, if we're going to do this album, let me do the beats. Don't overthink it. Cause there's just some people have their visions and shit like that. But I got to the point where it's just like, I always say, guys, don't overthink it. Just here's the beats. Even if you don't like it, start writing to it. Cause we can, if you overthink it, you're going to write, just let it, we haven't recorded in a while. People are in different spots, usually back then you can be in one spot. Everybody's either, got kids, married, responsibilities. So you can't just so I would just say, here are the beats. I kept on sending in beats and stuff like that. It's just whatever, write to it. And whatever comes out, Yeah. Just don't overthink it. And that was, of course, over like 2 or 3 years and stuff. And finally, it's here.
There it is.
Yeah, man. I love seeing that. I love seeing everybody come back together and, especially like, we were talking earlier, Rhett, like, the age that we all are, like, everyone really does truly get better with age. I mean, we've all got, friends and associates and peers who, like, we're, 40 plus, 50 plus, whatever. And everyone's still progressing and elevating and getting better, man. I mean, friends still making some of the best music they've ever made, so.
Oh, come on. They complain about like Nas and Jay-Z, like, retires. Like, why?
Right.
I mean, granted, this is what I think, and I think you guys would agree with this. I think this is what I learned, dude. It's like, as you progress and stuff, and it all depends if you're in the business and if you're in the industry versus if, like, especially now being independent. I mean, we've been independent, but this time we're not on up above. This is all us. This is, as artists, like, everybody's just like, we had to learn on our own, and it's a different terrain now. Like it's not you don't follow what's considered industry now. It's just like you have to figure out what works for you, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, yes, if you're looking at industry standards, yes, it's a young man's sport. You know, people talk. This is what it kind of, you know. I don't want to be like that grumpy old guy because I learned that you can learn a lot from younger cats. As you get older, you still have to learn no matter what. You can't shut yourself up. You know, like, and you know, there's a generation gap too as well. In some ways, it's our generation's fault for not like reaching back over that. I had to learn that the hard way myself. So I think it's a young man's sport when you tend to do in terms of you want to be in industry, you want to be famous, whatever, whatnot. For our generation now, it's like it's
a marathon. Culture. Yeah, it's the culture. It's not a 100-yard. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, man. And it's like just like John was saying, you get better with time. And it's funny you mentioned that Nas. It really pissed me off. Like when people started talking about this latest album that he dropped, and it's another sleeper, and it's not Illmatic. Of course, it's not Illmatic. Like he's not 18, 19 years old anymore. He gonna talk about grown man shit. The man been married, divorced, got kids, grandfather now, whatever the case may be. Sponsored by Hennessy and all that. So he got different shit to talk about, you know. And when I actually listen to I like the fucking Nas LP, and it's just like, damn, what? Let him breathe. You know what I mean? You know,
and it's crazy because you know he picked someone like Hit Boy, which I get it in terms of like, you know, it's still it's updated boom bap, but it's just like to a certain. It's not obviously not Primo, not you know
Pete Rock,
you know, but you know what? This is what I've learned too as well. A lot of people complain, and it took me really to figure this out. A lot of people that complain about hip hop are our generations, but they don't. A lot of them stop listening to it, right? Because they got responsibilities with that, right? Versus we all have responsibilities, but I always look at it. If you genuinely love hip hop, you still look for it. You still listen to it. For sure. A lot of them stop because they go back to this is my favorite years because that's what they remember the times, good times and stuff. And after that, they haven't progressed.
Yeah.
Whereas people, our generation that still do this, sure, we're getting older, but we still love what we're doing. So that's why we progressed and stuff. We never stopped. And I always tell them like, well, where do you listen to hip hop, Rhett? Like, oh, on radio. It's like you're not going to hear it on radio. You know, if you think about it, back in the days, it was hard to find hip hop. So you got to go dig for that shit. You got to search. You
still got to look for it.
Yep.
The difference is now there's so much shit out there. You got to dig for it.
Right.
Yep.
You got to really. And there's and end of the day too is also it's like you can't complain because there's now so much all types of music that you like, and why focus on shit that you don't like when you should be focused on something that you like.
Exactly.
Right. And so that's why when people give me that argument, it's like, do you know about this? Do you know about that? Do you know? No. Well, this shit is dope, especially when Brazilla came out. Oh, you're right. It's like. Oh, now you got it's like hip hop's big. It's
come on, it's out here, man. That's something we learned pretty quickly. Doing this show, it's like coming up on 6 years now, and it never fails. Week after week, there's something new. There's something dope out there. It's out there. You gotta look for it, man. It's definitely not on the radio. I don't care if it's satellite, ham radio, whatever it is. It's not on the radio. You just got to find it.
I got to say Bandcamp is the best. Bandcamp is fucking.
You can't front on it. You can't front on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just was gonna get back to the record real quick. Seeing that you held down, production duties for this project.
Yes, sir.
Did that intimidate you anyway, or did it excite you? Were you looking forward to that? Or was it something that was necessary?
Well, I think a little bit of everything. Just because I've always also want to prove myself as a producer. A lot of people outside of the Beat Junkies knows me as, a lot of people know me as a DJ, battle DJ, turntablist, whatever, or a DJ for the Visionaries, part of the Visionaries, or if they know my production, they only know within small circle, whatever, whatnot. And so those years, I really pushed, I really wanted to hone my production. Obviously there's from the first Visionaries album, I was using an SP1200. But I say the third and fourth album, I was using the MPC 2000. After that, I actually transitioned to Reason, using a software, using software. Yeah. The craziest thing, from being that from generation, it's like, oh man, it's all about the SP, the MP, or the ASR, the hardware shit. Yeah. And really, it's not the machine, it's the person. And actually, who got me into transition into software was Khalil, DJ Khalil.
Oh yeah,
shouts out to him. Yeah,
Sound Scientific. Yeah, one of the dude. Geez, in all honesty, he's one of the first people. Like how there's sound sample packs and all that stuff.
One of the first,
dude. Yep. Let me tell you this. He's the I still remember the day when he got placed on the Jay-Z album, the Kingdom Come Out. Mm-hmm. He did Beach Chair, and this is when he was working still with he was
with Dre,
just
Aftermath.
In the middle of working with Dre and shit like that. And Khalil's an ASR 10 guy, and he told me he transitioned to Reason. And then when he told me the sample, so what's your sample? He told me the story about when he got the placement to Jay-Z, and Dre was asking him, so what's the sample? It's like, it's not a sample. So what are you talking about? He basically played all this shit, had his friend play guitars. He has a couple of buddies that, go-to musicians.
Yeah.
And then he chopped the shit up.
Yeah.
And he did that in Reason. When he told me that shit, I said, let me go to Reason.
Yeah, man.
And not only that, that's basically, besides, obviously Fruit Loops and whatnot. Reason, you can do it on a laptop, so I started doing beats like hotel rooms
on the beach,
coffee shops and shit. I used to get, like Bad Boom, same thing. Transitioned it to at one point. Same thing with Evidence, myself, few people, and then, I remember the earlier stages of Instagram when I posted up, I'm making beats in a coffee shop. I used to get clowned for that shit.
And that's
but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you use; it's the end result.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sorry being long-winded. Going back.
Oh no, you good.
Yeah, man. So I kind of wanted to prove myself. During those times, I did an album with Buff One. We had a group called Crown Royale.
Yeah.
I did, I actually did I did an EP with Frank Nip from Frank and Dank. Mm-hmm. I did a project with Aloe Black before he got signed to Stone's Throw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's crazy. My mom's calling.
Oh, your mom?
Here we go.
Yes, Mom. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. I got to answer. Hold on, guys.
You're good.
You're good.
You're good, man. No worries. I love it.
I thought he was about to put that on speaker.
That was
going to be gold.
I did too.
We're keeping all of this, but just listen to the waves right now, listeners.
I love this shit. I love this shit. God, I love this shit.
You gotta love it.
Oh, I love it. That's too much. I love it. You're good, bro. You're good, man. Everything okay for real?
Yeah. Everything. She was like, because there's someone at the door. She's like, hands at the door.
That's awesome, man.
Well, Yeah.
Oh,
if
man.
if you ever guys watch Joe Coy, you guys just witness something
in real time.
Real time.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's part of celebrating Filipino American Heritage Month right now, right?
Oh,
that was a little scene from it,
right? Man,
teed us up for that one, Rhett. Yeah,
great balls of fire.
Yeah,
man.
Right.
As any Filipino, or if you know any Filipino, if you've been around Filipinos, you always might hear this term. Utangin mo.
Hell yeah.
So anyways, yeah, man. So, I've done a project with Aloe Black before he got signed to Stone's Throw. Like, he just stepped away, like take a break from Eminem with Exile and stuff. So a lot of these projects I'm mentioning is on my Bandcamp page.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
You did something on Street Corner as well, right? Right, a beat tape or something like that?
Okay. Called Rhett Got Beat.
Yeah, there you go.
So that kind of, in some ways, ironically solidified me as like, oh shit, Rhett got beats.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, so that's once people heard that, and it was dope with Shoes, because Shoes, that's my brother, but he's also he's honest. He won't like, if he doesn't like anything, he's the one. He says, look, let's hear your beat. Let me just put something on. Let me hear it. And he handpicked what he wants to. So I was like, yeah. And some of the beats were like old and shit. I was like, oh.
I don't think he cares. He don't care nothing about that as long as it's dope, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sometimes as artists or producers or DJs or whatnot, we're our own worst critic.
Yeah,
for sure.
What we think is dope, the other, they might like, no, this is dope. It's like, we're like, you like that?
Yeah.
So it was really dope that he handpicked the beats. He was excited about it and stuff. So originally it was supposed to say Rhett Got Beats with like, he got beats. He said no, I'm calling it Rhett Got Beats. I was like, all right. And then since then it's like people started. I guess I started, on people's radar. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Uncle Shoes, man.
No doubt.
Yeah. So
IPA
because of that,
and everything.
Yeah. So because of that, that's when the guys was like, like they were really like, that gave me the confidence to say, hey guys, let me do the whole album.
There it is.
Yeah.
I like that.
So Rhett, that being said, you handled all the the production on this album, but you also had Slop Funk Dust on co-production for one of the singles for Put It Together. Did you have any other co-production on the record, or was okay?
Yeah, so there's a joint called All Along that we put it right. It came out before Put It Together. Actually, it's a joint that came out in. I got the 40. I put it as a 45. I want to say around 2012, maybe. And it's called the joint's called All Along, and it's I'd say I gave co-production to Adrian Younge because I sampled him. And a lot of people don't know this, because I know Adrian from back in the days. During his he's a freestyle dancer, and he was studying to be a lawyer. And right into the transition, he was going to start scoring for Black Dynamite, the movie and stuff. So
a while back.
Yeah.
So
I was actually one of the first people that he gave me the shit, and to sample him. J57 can from Brown Bag All Stars can vouch that for me, because I did a joint for them called Rhett Committed Murder, and that's an Adrian Younge sample.
Right.
So I did this before, Big Brother premiere, before they did Prime,
Yeah, no doubt.
Before even the project with Ghostface and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
super early.
Yeah, so real early. So, but it's an old song, but it's like new to a lot of people. So, so those are the only co-production. Slump, I know Slump for such a long time.
Yeah.
The reason I gave him production, he gave me the sample.
Oh, he did. Okay, dope. All right.
Yeah. So I just put it together. But he's, and then he forgot about it. So so it's like I remember when we were about to put it out officially. Like, hey, dude, I'm gonna give you co-production. You remember it? I vaguely remember this one. Shit. So he was hyped. So yeah, especially now, like, you know, I want to be, you know, like with now, it's good to, it's only right to be fair for people to get their credits and
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, granted, I put it together, but he gave me the sample, so I have to give him, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Credit.
Word. Rhett, how's Tumex doing? I know he had a number of health challenges over the past couple of years. How's that brother doing, man?
Tumex is Tumex. That guy's doing it. He's, you know.
Good.
We had a scare. I mean, a couple of years ago, he had his leg amputated.
Right.
You know, diabetic and stuff. Like about a year and a half ago. Actually, no. What am I talking about? Like beginning of end of last year, beginning of this year, he had a kidney failure. So he was this close again of passing away. But you know, he able to catch it in time, and he's, you know, he had to change his lifestyle. He's, you know, he's up there. He's still hustling, you know, but he's more mindful about it. But
good.
He's good. You know, if you follow him on Instagram, this guy's he's still doing too many, you know, writing raps, having a radio show, selling merchandise, whatnot. Guy, you know,
getting it in.
Yeah.
You know, which I you know, I'm not mad. We worry about him, but I'm not mad because it's like, you know, shit. You only got so much time and shit, so you might as well try to.
Gotta get it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Man. Might as well.
And so, it's crazy. It's crazy. You ask about him because on the album, so we have like 13 cuts, and and out of the 13, he's only on 6 or 7. This is the transition right before he got his kidney failure and shit like that. So and we didn't know if he was gonna make it or not. And you know, in terms of like he's gonna, you know, like if that happened, and at the same time we're like, you know what, we can't force it. If he can make it, he can make it. If he can't, he can't. You know.
Yeah.
So, but we like to think that we have a pretty good cohesive album and stuff. At least I like to think.
Yeah, for sure. So, were you guys able to get most of the recording done pre-COVID, or how? Okay, you have. All right.
No, I take it back. Yeah, majority of the vocals were pre-COVID. The mixing was done during COVID.
Gotcha.
All right.
You guys pulled off a couple of videos, right? I saw the video for Put It Together. That was dope. You guys are kind of like filming it in one another's.
That was during COVID. So
right,
like everybody had to shoot their phones with on their own phones and shit like that. And KEY-KOOL and ZEN, they're the ones that put the video together.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Nice.
Dope.
So excuse the pun.
Yeah,
real
right.
nice.
They did also, if you guys like all along too, they did the video too themselves. So
they did.
Was also, yeah. So that was also like during COVID. You know, like it's like we need to put something out. Let's might as well do this video. So it's cool because it was more like a montage. You know, and the irony of that song all along is talking about like basically what's going on with the world, the politics, and it's interesting because it was like 6 years old, but so relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it.
It's funny when music like that, like when it happens like that. We talked to JB last week, you know, from Oklahoma City, and he has the craziest album title ever. What was it, Meeks? The world is so fragile and cruel. I'm glad I got you.
I'm glad I got you. Yeah.
I mean,
damn, that's kind of.
It's so,
and he had that tucked away before the whole epidemic jumped off and everything. But to release that now, like the title alone speaks volumes. So
it's deep.
Yeah, yep. Speaking of getting it in and keeping things moving, man, let's talk about BeatJunkies.tv. This is basically an online DJ school, and also, you know, having dealt with some things out in Cali myself, I know the record pool game out there has always been top notch. Shouts out to Joint One and Heavyweights and all those cats.
Oh damn, yeah.
What's up with Beat Junkies digital record pool?
You know, we still have it. trying to like not to put too much out there because lately all the labels are kind of doing on some crackdowns and shit.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
They've been hitting up the major record pools. So it's like I'm trying to look for wood.
Gotcha.
But a lot of it's more curated towards the difference is that they're a lot of major label record pools are curated to more for the club and stuff. We do have that, but it's more for our type of season music, like whether it be 87, like stuff. I handle all the indie hip hop stuff. So if you're on the pool, you see all the indie stuff. That's me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have it running still. We're still doing that. BeatJunkies.TV is our online school. We have our brick and mortar school, Beat Junkie Institute of Sound. We just luckily finally opened up 3 weeks ago.
Oh, so, you did? How's that going?
Man.
Thank you. It was hard. We had to transition to online. So
right.
What happened was like most of our for Beat Junkies TV online school, a lot of it was pre-recorded. We just break down stuff. But because we're all stuck, and we didn't want to leave our students hanging, we had to learn how to adapt to a lot of things. So we actually had to learn how to do online, like literally streaming and stuff like that. So I'm in the studio. I'm in one of my rooms where I had to convert it into
a classroom.
Yeah, basically with cameras and shit like that. So
you got one in the ceiling for that top view.
My mom won't let me do that. What are you doing? There's so much over here. So I have a couple of cameras here, but I can't do it on top. And
okay.
She's like, she's gonna complain about this. It's not one thing; it's another thing. So.
No doubt. So y'all gotta keep on working with that good old side view, that side profile.
Yeah, I mean they got the front and they got the side.
Yeah.
But our community, our students in our community are very supportive. Like I mean, the online us doing online streaming classes have been a blessing because now we have students besides students in LA. We now have students like, all over the country, all over the world. Like, so that's been a blessing and stuff. Now that we're able to open up, we went we had to go with hardcore extra percussions. I don't know how it is in Atlanta and stuff, but like our state, each DJ booth, 6 feet apart. We actually put plexiglass borders around it.
Yeah, I think I saw pictures of that. Yeah.
We have to wear masks. They have before the students come in. They gotta have temperature check.
Yeah.
Even as staffs and teachers, we have to take weekly COVID tests and stuff just to be safe.
Really?
Okay.
So we're really strict about it and stuff like that. So I mean, we had but I still we don't. I think John, when you came, I think you might have came when we had open turntables. So we don't we had students practicing and stuff. We don't let them come and practice no more. Or we don't have people buying records or anything. It's like you come into class, you gotta leave.
And then you're leaving. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I mean, we're hanging in there, but we're hoping that we're able to we can still flourish more in the 2021 and stuff. But for the most part, we're all keeping busy. Individually, Babu just dropped an album. Ironically, all house music production.
Oh wow!
Oh, he did. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's called Melvin.
Dope. Okay.
Yeah, so it's and it's dope because it's he was scared too because for us, the Junkies, we even though we're hardcore hip hop DJ turntablists, we're also club DJs and play.
Sure.
We play house music. We play everything. Especially if you follow someone like J Rock. You see J Rock play everything. And shit
everything.
Like so we do like that. So, and the funniest thing when when Babs started making house music and stuff, we kind of busted his balls because he was Mr. Violent People's hardcore hip hop,
yeah, right.
Like that. And I was like, oh, now you're starting making house music because he used to kind of bust our balls and shit like that.
Okay.
But he made it's some joke. He got he's doing that. J Rock, he's finishing up his follow-up album to his Stone's Throw debut. So he's coming up.
Really?
With
Okay.
Another album to Stone's Throw.
He's been doing the edits and stuff here and there, right? Didn't he do some edits every once in a while?
He got some edits and stuff like that. Did some 45s that's on Fat Beats.
Yeah.
He just he produced a song for Steve Arrington on his new album. It's on Stone's
I heard
Throw.
about that. I haven't heard it, but I heard about that.
Oh,
yeah.
man, it's dope. It's dope. So
all right.
yeah.
Nice.
So the quadruple OG Steve Arrington. Slade.
That's
Come on.
crazy, man.
So
That's
yeah,
dope.
so he's doing that. D Styles just put out his new solo album like earlier this year. He just also re-released his debut album, Phantasmagoria. It's like Phantasmagoria is pretty much like it's the best scratch music album ever. So like everything's done by scratches, you know.
Right.
So, but
That's
so
20 years old now, Rhett, or no, or close?
no, man, it came out.
It might be.
No, it's about
15.
it's about 10
15.
years. It came out 2002. So
18.
18 years.
Coming
18
up on
years.
20, yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, came out in 2002 and stuff. So, but and then I mean, J Rock also has his radio show, Adventures in Stereo.
Mm.
We all have our own shows on Twitch and stuff like that. So
You still
it's
on
all right.
Dash too, Rhett? You're on Dash Radio as well, or used to be?
We have Beat Junkie Radio on Dash,
Yeah.
but same thing like you guys can't go in the studio. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in rotation, but like if people don't follow it, they would think it's new and stuff because I haven't been able to change any rotation. So
Gotcha.
I couldn't do
Okay.
my shows. So lost a lot of I transitioned my show to Twitch. So
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
yeah. So
And when is that
like,
again?
like,
That's on Tuesday nights, I believe?
Tuesday nights. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
All
I'm
right.
like you guys. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. There's so much shit. Like I play the same thing. I play all the new stuff. I kind of flip it on some UMTV Raps meets Friday Night Flavors. Like I play
Right.
videos too. So
Oh, you do? Okay.
Just
Dope.
so because I mean, like I hate people when there's you know how it is. You want to play music, but you don't want to mix. You just don't want people watching you and stuff.
Yeah.
Lucky with you guys. You guys have your podcast and your radio show, so they're not watching you and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can at least hear you. But when you're doing Twitch, it's a different animal because you have to interact with the people on the
Yeah.
chat and stuff like that.
It's funny. So, I mean, normally Meeks and I are in the studio together, and when we record on Sunday or Monday nights, we'll flip on IG Live and just let it roll. And when it's just you by yourself, like if you're not doing some sort of interaction, like people will check out or it's boring or whatever.
Right.
And, usually when Meeks is here with me, we've got two folks that can kind of work the camera and talk shit and do whatever.
Definitely.
And cut up.
Right.
But it's a lot harder, doing it like this. So.
Totally.
I feel
it's
you.
like we're all like, it's crazy. We were talking again. We're adapting. We have to figure out what we have to do, and most of the time, it's us has to learn all this stuff ourselves. We don't have. We got no staff no more. I used to have an assistant that would help me and shit. But gotta learn how like
Solo for Dolo right now.
solo for Dolo.
Yeah.
Word.
So yeah, Beat Junkies, we're still going strong and stuff like that. So
I tell you what, man, when I walked in there, Rhett, I fell in love with that place, dude. It's so dope. I mean, it just like, I haven't been in a place like that. I mean, it just reeks hip hop from like, from the ceiling to the floor. Record store, you can get merch. There's turntables everywhere. I mean, I think when I walked in, I think Babu was teaching, and Rhett, I think you guys were both teaching. But man, once we get through this, this COVID mess, if you guys are ever out that way, if anyone listening, you have to make that a stop. If you're in town. So
yeah, yes, we've been very, very lucky to be the destination spot. Like when Fat Beats was like, everybody had to go to Fat Beats in LA, right? Or New York. So it's been now like everybody that comes into LA. They have to stop by our school, so it's been a blessing for that. And we talk about. Remember earlier we talked about complaining about hip hop. It's the same thing about DJing. People complain about DJing. We wanted to be like, well, either we complain or we can try to do something to give back to the community. and we decided to open up school. I mean, hesitantly, because we were like, you know, we came from that generation, you know, you don't share your secrets, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But as we get older, so like any other genres or any culture, in order to our culture to survive, you have to share.
You got to give up that knowledge, man.
You have to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, that there's always going to be someone better than you. There's always going to be someone better than you. The only thing you can do is just do his best. But I have to say that, like, if you asked us 5-10 years ago that we opened up a school, we would think you're crazy. But it's like, honestly, it's like one of the biggest blessings for us, because like it helped us became not only because we became teachers, we became students again. Right, and it put our egos in check in terms of, like, you know, and then you just got to accept that some, you know, like, sure, we teach them their thing. They might even do some things better than us, but they can't do how we do it. That's right. You know, we have to kind of think of that. And then at the same time, it's like the form of DJing that we do. If you want that to survive, again, like you said, you have to share.
You got to show somebody how to do it, or they'll come up with something on their own that's so far-fetched, so far away from the culture that our portion of the culture will be forgotten.
Correct.
Yeah.
And technology-wise now, there's so many different. You got to have those core fundamentals, man. Like I don't care, you know, what you're doing. You got to have the basics down before you can, you know, get into doing all the other, you know, things that you can do, manipulating things with technology.
So it's crazy. Some of our students, they all started on controllers or CDJs.
Right.
Mm-hmm. When they first come in our class, we teach them how to do it in vinyl.
Right.
Yep. And then when you get back on the CD DJ, they say, man, I wish I started on vinyl. Because we tell them, look, if you understand the touch of the vinyl, when you get on Serato, you will understand how to really touch it, and yet still looking at the laptop like you're reading your emails. You're using your ears. The laptop, you know, like everybody's complaining like Serato, this and this and this. It's the same thing. It's just only a tool.
Yep.
It's like it's not gonna DJ for you if you don't, like you said, John. If you don't have the fundamentals, you don't have the skills. You can apply. I can go on a CDJ, and I can go on a controller, but a guy that's on a CDJ can't go on a turntable.
That's right. That's right.
The fundamentals is always going to be the same. And once they understand that, it just opens up a whole another world.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sure.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
I mean,
No.
Good,
hey,
man.
You're preaching to the choir, man. Let it go.
Yes. That's what we're here for, man. Our listeners, like, they really hone in on this stuff and appreciate this information, man. I'm appreciative right now. Like, you have no idea. Just to, again, man, we appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us, man. This is awesome right here.
Man, the honor's mine.
No doubt.
So, Rhett, why don't we wrap things up tonight by you telling folks where they can go support you guys, and most importantly, like the most important way that they can support you. You know, there's a lot of different ways to hear music now. Are there physicals? Should they buy it on Bandcamp? Like, what's the best way that someone can support you?
Right now, yes. So we're all the Visionaries. We basically are fully independent. It's run by us. It's us only funding our own projects and stuff. So if they want to go, on looking for our albums, they can go to our Bandcamp page, which is, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I do the same shit.
I should know this already by heart, but Bumbleclot, I don't. So
I'm gonna look for it too, because I saw some hats earlier. These hats look dope.
Oh, thank you. So we do have for music wise, it's the visionaries.bandcamp.com, and then for our merchandise and vinyl and whatnot, you can go to visionarieshiphop.com.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
It's like right now, our album is going to be dropping sometime in November, like in the middle or towards the end of November, and we're all our core fans or people that actually like it, that like what they hear, can go to our Bandcamp page before we actually let it out to the rest. Like probably a month or two later after all the digital platforms.
Okay.
Stuff.
All right.
Just kind of learning from from all, like Rock Marciano, like,
yeah.
I mean, we don't have the capital right now to have our own website, but Bandcamp is a pretty good pick, start and stuff. But how about Marciano? The only way you can get his shit is through his website.
Yeah.
And then 2-3 months later, Danny releases out to like Spotify and iTunes. I was like, right, that's incredible.
Yeah, man. I saw where
he's locked in.
I think last week, Muggs and Aldovino dropped the joint. You could only buy the physical, and there's no digital. Like I don't think
digital did like it was crazy. He dropped the vinyl first, then a week later it was digital. Al just dropped the Food Villain yesterday. Yesterday and stuff on his birthday, and this guy was smart. He used to have his shit as Bandcamp, then he made his own website, and now all this shit's on there. Like you can get the digital, the all the shirts and hoodies and vinyl straight from him.
Yeah,
straight from him.
That's obviously Grazilla, they've been killing the game.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
That's like if you're talking about you need jobs and you need and I think you can attest to this, guys. When you start having your own business that you have to really run and stuff, you be on top of it, and especially when you do you're selling merchandise on some it's like a service. You really got to be on top of it.
Definitely,
for sure.
And it forces you to be like you can't fuck around.
Very true.
So I mean, if people are really serious about it, they got you got to learn. You got to learn the behind the scenes. You got to, as a business owner, you got to wear many hats. That whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you guys are a perfect example for doing your own radio show.
Yeah.
And you guys had to figure out what you had to do. And that's a lot of people don't understand. They just see and the thing is, social media is a good platform to promote. But if you don't use that as a lot of people use that as a way of that's how they get their esteem, their self-esteem or whatnot. It shouldn't be like that,
Yeah.
No, it's just like you were talking about earlier with the fundamentals. There's fundamentals with running your basic fundamentals with running your own company and stuff like that you just can't throw away. Like it's cool to have the social media platforms and the technology and blah, blah, blah. But there's still basic core fundamentals that have to be followed in order to be successful.
Yes, you pretty much hit it on the nail.
No doubt.
I don't think people understand how much time goes into the things that we all do here, Rhett. Like, I mean, it's, you were talking about cameras earlier and trying to figure things out technically. And, people just see, even with us, okay, well, the mix goes up every Tuesday and the interview goes up Thursday. And if the mix isn't up Tuesday, you're like, well, where the fuck, where's the mix? Like, I had a kid that was sick and
with a PC last week, so I could have a little setup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to upgrade Meek shit. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so it never stops. It never stops. Yeah,
I think the difference is that we're lucky because we have a passion. So it's not 100%. A job to us. It's work, but it's not a job to us. So we enjoy doing it. Versus people. They from looking outside in, it's like, oh, it's glamorous, but it's not glamorous.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's a labor of love. You really got to love to do this, and this is a 24/7 work.
Yeah.
And that's a top of just besides our own personal life and responsibilities. This is something. I mean, case in point.
There's not enough hours in the day.
I'm trying to juggle all what I'm doing right now.
Right.
Being taking care of my moms and stuff. So
no doubt.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But you got your priorities in check, man. Because right. Stop the interview, moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm sure the same thing for you, or in your case, maybe either moms or wife.
Yeah,
or
wife, kids, whatever the case may be.
I got 4 kids, Rhett. All 4 of them could have walked in here tonight at one point or another and fucked everything up. So,
It doesn't. Even if we get older, it never stops.
No doubt.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Well, Rhett, thank you, man. It was a true pleasure talking with you tonight, man.
Honor.
An honor. The honor is myself, guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to even like want to do an interview, just to promote even the Visionaries and stuff, because it's been a while for the Visionaries, and and we wanted like really people that actually like the music. We want them to actually play it, and the fact that you guys said we like it, that means a lot. So
yeah, man.
Because if you didn't like it, then I can't. My thing was like I can't force you. At least I gave it to you. But the fact that you guys reached out, say, hey, you want to interview and talk about it, and it's like, man, that means a lot. And I know I speak for the guys that we appreciate and thank you.
That's what's up.
Thank you, man. Haven't missed a step, man.
Yeah,
Trying to.
Music sounds great.
Man, I got to send you the album in a week or two, so you guys can really soak it up.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We'll be looking out for it.
I would love to have you guys, your opinion on it.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
Like if you like it, great. If you don't, well,
hey,
Yeah.
No doubt.
But I hope, we're all excited about it. I think people might be surprised what we have.
Good. Well, congratulations to you and the crew, man. And
absolutely.
We're about to get into the music you sent us, and we'll be looking for that album, and we'll play some more of them joints. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you, guys.
Sir.
Yeah.
Continue success with you guys, and let me know whatever you guys need on my end, too.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, Rhett.
We'll definitely stay in touch, Rhett. Thank you, my man.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
Peace, my man. All right, you got it. All right, Meeks. There you go, man.
Yeah, man.
Smithsonian grade. You heard Blueprint this week? You heard Blueprint this week?
Shouts out to Print and them, man. they stay shouting us out, man. Them dudes have a good time over there, man.
Yeah.
Guggenheim.
So speaking of, Blueprint has a brand new book out right now that's super dope. I'm going to mess the title of it up, but just go check out Blueprint's new book. And also, Illogic has a brand new album out right now called Autopilot. That motherfucker is banging. We were supposed to have him on a couple weeks ago, and things just didn't work out that we were gonna try and have him back on the show. But those guys are putting in a lot of work right now. And in addition to have super duty tough work, if you're looking for a new podcast to dig into, especially if you're a creative or an artist. That's a great.
It's perfect.
Oh man, it's really there's really a lot of good things going on over there. So big up Blueprint and Illogic, and shit, Meeks, we're gonna get into these joints. Smithsonian Gray, we are the guard.
Here we are.
Doe and Meeks, we out. Peace.
Episode 268.
Yeah.
Set it straight. It's great. Doe and Meeks and Doe, Southern Vanguard Radio. We out.